You know what's interesting? The biggest changes in my life didn't come from a dramatic reset, a perfect routine, or some extreme discipline challenge. They came from tiny habits. Habits so small they felt almost insignificant at first. And honestly, they're so small, and sometimes so obvious, that you've probably already done some of these habits without even realizing it. That's the part most people miss. Small habits don't look powerful in the moment. They start small, then quietly snowball into something bigger. They do their work in silence, in the background. And one day, you look back and realize your discipline is stronger, your mind is calmer, and your life feels more intentional, without you ever forcing it. So in this video, I'm sharing 20 tiny habits, morning, daytime, and before sleep, that help me build consistency, confidence, and peace. No motivation speeches, no complicated systems, just simple habits you can start today and actually stick to. Morning habits. Habit 1. Wake up 15 minutes earlier. This isn't about becoming a morning person or waking up at 5 a.m. It's just 15 minutes earlier than usual. Those 15 minutes create a buffer between you and the world. A moment where you're in control, even if the rest of the day gets messy. I use this time to do the next habits, because I start my day intentionally, instead of immediately responding to demands. And this is where it starts to snowball. Habit 2 to 60-second reset. I take 1 minute before getting out of bed to reset my body. I move my hands and feet in slow circles, lightly stretch while still lying down, and breathe deeply. I focus on my breathing and on each part of my body. It's simple, but it pulls me out of autopilot and helps me start the day calm, present, and intentional. Habit 3. Open the curtains. I open the curtains as soon as I wake up and let natural light in. While that's happening, I use that moment to stack a few habits together. I drink water, write one sentence of gratitude, and sometimes I meditate for 5 minutes or do a quick self-meeting. Later in the day, usually after lunch, I meditate again. This way, one small action opens space for several others, and the habits keep flowing naturally. Habit 4. Drink water as soon as you wake up. I drink water as soon as I wake up, before coffee or my phone. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep, my body is dehydrated, and even 1 to 2% dehydration can affect mood and focus. I think of it like starting an old car. You don't hit the gas without checking the radiator. Water gently activates my brain and helps me start the day clear and alert. Habit 5. Make your bed or score a quick win. I make my bed, or at least I try. Sometimes my cat gets there first. Grinning face with sweat. The point isn't a perfect room. It's getting a quick, winnable task done. I fold one thing, clear a surface, reset something small. These micro-actions release dopamine. My brain gets the signal, we're already winning today. And once I finish something, it's easier to keep going. Habit 6. Write one sentence of gratitude. I write just one sentence of gratitude. Nothing long, nothing deep. One simple line about something real. This habit shifts my focus before the day starts pulling my attention elsewhere. It reminds my brain that not everything is urgent or missing. One sentence is enough to change my emotional baseline and start the day a little lighter. Habit 7. Meditate for 5 minutes. I have a bad habit of biting my nails and constantly shaking my leg. Most of the time, I don't even notice I'm doing it. It's pure autopilot. Meditation helps me catch that. When I sit for 5 minutes and focus on my breath, I start noticing those impulses instead of acting on them automatically. This habit brings me back into my body. I become more present, more aware of what I'm doing and how I'm feeling. It's not about being calm all the time. It's about breaking autopilot and choosing awareness. And that small shift carries into the rest of my day. Daytime habits. Habit 8. Keep your biggest goal visible. I keep my biggest goal visible during the day. On my desk, my phone wallpaper, or a sticky note, somewhere I can't ignore it. I'm not trying to motivate myself all the time. I just want a quiet reminder of what actually matters. Seeing my goal regularly helps me make better micro-choices and keeps me aligned, even when the day gets busy. Habit 9. Use positive affirmations. I use positive affirmations during the day, but not in a forced or cheesy way. I repeat simple, believable phrases that pull me back on track, especially when I feel distracted or doubtful. They help reframe my inner dialogue and remind me how I want to show up. Over time, this shifts my mindset from automatic negativity to intentional thinking. Habit 10. Use the 2-minute rule. I use the 2-minute rule whenever I feel resistance. If something takes 2 minutes or less, I do it immediately. If it feels bigger, I just start for 2 minutes. Most of the time, starting is the hardest part. Once I begin, momentum kicks in, and finishing becomes easier than avoiding it. Habit 11. Say no more often. I say no more often to distractions, unnecessary commitments, and things that drain my energy. Every yes costs focus. This habit helps me protect my time and attention so I can say yes to what actually matters. Saying no isn't selfish. It's how I stay aligned with my priorities. Habit 12. Smile, even when I don't feel like it. I smile, even when I don't feel like it. It sounds simple, but it changes my state. Smiling sends a signal to my brain that things are okay, even during stress. Sometimes the body leads the mind, and this small action helps soften tension and shift my mood. It's funny, but once in college a professor asked me why I smiled so much. He even asked if I had a recipe for happiness. I just answered, why cry if I can smile? That moment stuck with me. Smiling doesn't fix everything, but it reminds me I still have a choice in how I respond. Habit 13. Celebrate progress, not perfection. I celebrate progress, not perfection. I don't wait to feel done or flawless to acknowledge effort. Small wins matter. Noticing progress keeps me motivated and reminds me that consistency beats intensity. This habit helps me keep going instead of getting stuck in self-criticism. And if this video is helping you in any way, consider liking it. For me, that's a small win too. It lets me know this is useful, that I'm on the right path, and that I should keep creating content like this. And if you're feeling stuck in something right now, leave a comment. I read them. And if I can help in any way, I will. Habit 14. Self-meeting. I have a short self-meeting during the day, just a few minutes to check in with myself. I ask what's working, what's draining me, and what actually needs my attention. This habit helps me stop reacting and start responding with intention. Habit 15. Move your body for 2 minutes every hour. I move my body for 2 minutes every hour. I stand up, stretch, walk, or shake things out. It's not a workout, it's a reset. These small movements break long periods of sitting and help my energy, focus, and mood stay steady throughout the day. Habit 16. Reduce distractions. I actively reduce distractions during the day. I unfollow negative influences, set limits on social media, or declutter one small thing. I don't try to remove everything at once, just one source of noise. Less distraction means more clarity, and more clarity makes good decisions feel easier. It also gives me more free time to do what really matters to me. Habit 17. Eat 1 extra vegetable a day. I eat 1 extra vegetable a day. Nothing extreme, no strict diet, just one better choice. In the afternoon, I often eat a banana, rich in potassium, usually with oats and peanut butter. At lunch, I add vegetables like carrots, sometimes beets or lettuce, and most days tomatoes, which are a great source of antioxidants like lycopene. And it doesn't have to be solid food. Sometimes it's grape juice, rich in resveratrol, often called the youth elixir, or orange juice, which is great for immunity. What surprises me is how fast I feel the difference. If I eat a banana around 10 a.m., by the afternoon my energy is already better. It's like fueling a fire. Paper burns fast and dies quickly, but charcoal burns slower and keeps the flame alive for much longer. That's what better food does for my energy. Habit 18. Avoid toxic input. I avoid toxic input as much as I can. Too much bad news, negativity, or constant comparison affects my mood more than I realize. I'm intentional about what I consume, not just food, but information. Protecting my mind is part of protecting my energy. Before sleep habits. Habit 19. Plan your day the night before. Before going to sleep, I plan the next day. Nothing detailed, just the main priorities. This clears my mind and removes decision fatigue from the morning. I go to bed knowing what matters, and I wake up with direction instead of confusion. And the best part is this: your brain keeps working while you sleep. During rest, it processes information, makes connections, and looks for solutions, but only if you give it something to work on. That's why I plan the next day before bed. I'm directing my brain. I wake up with an advantage, and the day hasn't even started yet. Habit 20. Reflect on one win before sleep. Before sleeping, I reflect on one win from the day. It doesn't have to be big, just something I did right. This habit helps me end the day with progress instead of pressure. It trains my brain to notice growth, not just what's missing. Habit 21. Avoid screens before bed. I avoid screens before bed as much as I can. Scrolling keeps my mind stimulated when it should be slowing down. When I reduce screen time, my sleep improves and my thoughts feel calmer. This habit helps my body and mind fully shut down, so tomorrow can start better. One habit at a time. When I started, none of these habits felt life-changing. And that's the secret. It's not about doing all the habits at once. It's about picking one, mastering it, and then stacking the next. One habit at a time. That's how transformation happens, quietly. Not overnight, but over time. At first, I didn't even notice the changes. But a few months later, I looked back and realized I wasn't the same person anymore. I was calmer, more focused, and more in control of my life. So if you're still watching this, don't get overwhelmed by the number. You don't need all the habits. You just need one. One small habit that shifts your momentum. Start with the easiest one. Maybe it's waking up earlier. Maybe it's gratitude. Maybe it's drinking more water. Whatever it is, do it every day. Because this isn't about perfection, it's about momentum. One small action today builds confidence. Confidence builds identity. And identity builds your life. You don't have to rebuild your life overnight. Just rebuild your day. One habit at a time. Because one day, you'll look back and realize those tiny habits weren't tiny at all.